colony prepares to defend itself against the two building-scale faceless, as well as a teeming swarm of smaller Xenos that seethe toward you. "Hold steady!" orders Security Chief Rhett. "Keep the line!" "No!" Governor Lum yells. "God damn you, dude!" Running from the front gates to the front of the defensive line. He elbows Rhett out of the way and waves his arms wildly. "Bring them closer! Draw them in!" Rhett stops himself from shoving Lum back, but just barely, you can tell. "Are you serious?" he retorts. "We can't let them any further into the colony!" "We're going to fight them on our territory!" Lum cries, raising his plas rifle over his head with one hand. "We have the walls! Let's use them! We'll let them come inside and pick them off one by one!" Oh my god, you're a dumbass. "We can't pick off a faceless!" Rhett splutters from the sidelines. Lum smiles maniacally. You can see the gleam of his teeth from here. "I have a plan!" he roars. "Just follow my lead!" And with that, he turns and begins to run towards the approaching animals, roaring taunts and firing wildly into the fray to draw them close. Hello everyone, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. If you're new around here and want to see more content like this, consider subscribing so you don't miss a thing. Without any further ado, let's get back into things. We are super stressed. We need to take the month off. That's fine. We were extremely productive in the Western Wrestling Ridges. Got nothing really for you, which is not good. A Tange. Right, you don't much care for either. Do we know anything about what you like? Oh, you like the crystal clusters. Okay, well, have I got a crystal cluster for you? Hell yeah. Nomi's pretty great. I think I might rest in the lounge today, this time. I don't think we've done that since the heliopause has landed. And I don't think you accept gifts, but I'm just gonna try giving you one anyway. Okay, so he still really wants a cake. Like, he wants a cake, something fierce for his birthday. Maybe we'll spend the kudos next year, we'll see. I wonder if Cal likes the strange devices. Nope. Doesn't dislike him anyway. Oh, hey, look, a log. We take that. His little genius, savior of the colony. Ooh, another log. Collectibles have respawned, baby. I don't think I saw any over here. Oh, I didn't check outside. Oh, hey, hey, hey. No, okay, that's nothing. Alright, we'll check outside. Probably nothing. Dice is here, though. Hi, Dice. Have a device. Have a device, Dice. God, I'm gonna get him to 100 before I get anyone else. Alright, let's go chillax then. We haven't checked with Mars, who is, yeah, up here. Mars is sitting in a lounge chair, sipping a cold drink and watching people walk by. Oh yeah, still a little sick since I'm recording this the next day from Saturday's episode. Actually, it's still the same day of Saturday. Man. Although I recorded that Friday night. You get what I mean. I'm mostly over, but you might still hear it in my voice a little bit, so I do apologize for that. By the time next EXO rolls around next Saturday, I will absolutely be better. This is my favorite season, she says. Everyone wears as little clothing as possible. Mars-alike. She gives you a conspiratorial wink and waggles her eyebrows. Mood TBH. Oh, I just got an achievement for friendliest friend. I think that was for having 4 friendships above a certain amount. What did we just get Mars to? 50. Probably 4 above 50. 5 above 50? Because we already had 4. Nomi's at 9. We're probably going to get an event with them soon. Because we got one with Rex at 12. Face at 3. Sim at 20. And can't have any with the adults. Not even Utopia. Oh, and we got into thing with Mars. Mars is working in the depot today. You find her sitting on a pile of boxes, drumming her feet against them as she flips dismissively through a magazine on her holopalm. Every so often she snorts at something she's read and rolls her eyes. Oh hey, Garrett, she says as you approach. Would you rather have really bad body odor for a whole day, or have to spend the whole day naked? I'd be fine being naked because I could stay in my room. Me too, Mars says. I mean, if anyone can still be fabulous with no clothes on, it's probably you and me. You coming on to me, girl? I'm reading some of the teen magazines from Old Earth, Mars says. You know, like fashion and makeup and dating and stuff. She turns to a new page and reads out loud. Don't be afraid to use green concealer. You may look like the Wicked Witch at first, but don't click your heels and go home. Stick with it, and you'll be on that yellow brick road to clear, beautiful skin. Mars laughs incredulously. What does that even mean? Papa taught me to put on makeup because I wanted to be pretty, like him, Mars says. But it was never like, cover up your blemishes, make your nose smaller, hide your skunkle pores. And that's all they ever talk about in these things. And it's like, was Earth fashion really about making everyone look as small as possible? What was wrong with them? Mars gestures to herself. I was the biggest kid the whole time we were growing up, and I've always been gorgeous. And that's not just my genetic enhancement talking. Wait, what is your augment? Sometimes I think they should have just made everyone unable to feel shame. Oh yeah, I think she hinted at that earlier. Mars says, like, all these magazines talk about is how to fix your flaws or act different so people will like you. It's such a waste of time. Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder. If people don't like me, they can flick off. I literally don't care what they think. Mars pats the box next to her and you climb up and sit up by her side. The dating advice in these things is pee good though, she says, flipping through a few pages. Like, my dad's taught me about reproduction and stuff, but they got so squicked out when I asked how you actually get someone to have sex with you. She rolls her eyes. Teenagers on Earth were apparently very worried about getting boys to tell them. To like them, Mars says. Like, look at this quiz. 10 ways to tell if he's super into you. Mars smiles and angles her hollow screen away from you. Who? Let me see how into me you are, Garrett. First question, do you have any cute nicknames for me? Okay, I think I've called her Marsy Poo at some point. But, like, I've done that with almost literally everyone, so... You know, I kind of give nicknames to everyone, so you know what? I do. Mars laughs. Really? Tell me. Actually, no. No, don't tell me. Second question, do you get nervous around me? Nah. Not even a little bit? Mars says, acting like she's affronted. Nah, I know how to, you know, deal with you. You're good. Last question, do you go out of your way to see me? I do make sure I talk to literally every single one of them. Aw, Garrett, Mars beams. I am happy whenever you come talk with me. Us sophisticated folks gotta stick together. Mars makes a frustrated noise and dismisses her hollow screen. Ugh, this is so wimpy, she groans. What was wrong with Earth teens? If you want to know if someone likes you, just ask them. It's easy if you're not a coward. Nice. -3 kudos, though. Big rip. Mars turns to you and leans in, bracketing your legs with her arms. You can smell, oh my god, you can smell her body lotion light and floral, and feel the heat of her chest against your arm. I like dice more. Oh my god, what an option. She pouts and looks at you through her lashes. What about it, Garrett? Do you like me? Ooh, let's take a look at her more. A little bit more rebellious, makes sense. Quiet, outspoken, you don't say. Socialist capitalist. Interesting. Shameless. No. Sorry, hun. We are just friends. Mars doesn't even look disappointed. She leans back and brushes your hand down the sleeves of your jacket, as if dusting you off. See, it's just that easy, she says breezily. Oh no! She's breezy! Everybody watch out! She's breezy! You were not breezy, Monica. You were not. Anyways, that was cool. Let's relax in the lounge, everybody! You organize a raid on the kitchen pantry for snacks. They want to be free! You must liberate them! I approve. Oh, hell yeah. Get rid of that. Absolutely. Still want to get rid of this. Never getting rid of this. Wouldn't mind getting rid of that one. These are all pretty decent. Wouldn't mind getting rid of that one. You basically just don't want ones, you know? It's Vertumnalia. Everyone's in high spirits as you decorate the colony square. The great tables are piled high with food, groaning under the weight of heaps of roasted and steamed vegetables, barbecued meat, stews, carafes of mulled cider, and cakes dripping with frosting and sugar bug syrup. You gather in the colony square for the usual speeches. Well, I better take a drink of water before this, man. Lum takes the stage to fanfare and applause. Hello, people of Vertumna, he exclaims over the din. Happy Vertumnalia! He takes a big theatrical breath. Do you smell what the rock is cooking? No, sorry. That's the smell of victory. We humans have secured our hold on this planet, and now it's time to celebrate. Lum gestures to the sagging feast tables. Eat, drink, and be merry! After the council members each give their annual reports, everyone starts clearing the square to set up for the Vertumnalia Games. You feel the pulse of a new hollow message in your palm and open it up to read. Happy Vertumnalia, there's a present for you on the table. Your secret admirer. Ooh, that's sus. The Joker laid like poison gas and it's gonna kill us. You rush over to the feast table and spot a wrapped present in among the roasted vegetables. Wow, you have a secret admirer? You unwrap your present. It's a data band. You snap it on your wrist and boot it up on your hollow palm. It's full of all of your favorite songs, videos, shows, and games. A collection curated by someone who must really know you. Now you'll always have your media with you, even if the net goes down, including all of your favorite episodes of the rise and fall of Sanctuary Moon. Nice. +2 to last card. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. That has... Interesting. Is it the person we've been pursuing? Which would be Nemi. Or is it the person we have the highest friendship with? Which is Dice by a landslide. Interesting. If it's Nomi, I might have to call off the romance with Nemi. We'll see. Okay. You search the holopalm for any hint as to who could have made it, but you can't find anything. You'll have to ask around. But later, The games are about to begin. You assemble with the other kids for the annual games. What do you choose this year? Bake Off. Talent show. I want to do magic. Trivia would be cool. But I also want to beat Vase. And I'll take the points of friendship with Nemi. Nemi and Vase are your competitors this year. They've both been training hard. My toughness isn't the greatest, but my combat, my animals are really good. I don't approve. It can't be any harder than wrestling you, Vase says, and Nemi goes red and punches him in the arm. People watching gasp as the animal is brought out from the pens. It's a unisaur, and a starving one from the looks of it. It growls and snaps its teeth at the handlers. Full Unisaurs are docile creatures. Hungry Unisaurs are mindless rage machines. They eat like snakes, swallowing large prey whole and using their inner mouths to rip it up. This one is hungry enough to swallow you whole if it catches you. Luckily, this one looks so hungry that it's weaker than usual, to give competitors a chance. Oh man, that's not the greatest. Okay. How many of these do I have? I have 2. Alright, we'll take that for now. 69, dudes! Maybe if we go to 3, 4, 5? That's 29. That's definitely better. That would leave us with 40 to get. We've got some pretty decent cards here. Although this isn't the greatest. What if we do this? Just 20, okay. Oh yeah, because that's unchangeable. What if we do this then? 24. Okay. Yeah, we'll take the 29. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this in the bag. $46. Includes bonus values applied. Then if we do this, yeah, baby, we got a 666 there. Hell yeah! Take that, Vase! Lassoing the Unisaur is relatively easy, but you end up running around forever trying not to get skewered by its horn. You have to yank hard on the rope to wear it down before you can even try to ride it. There are a few moments where you realize your life is in actual danger. The Unisaur is no joke. You end up wounding the Unisaur with your clumsy attempts to wrestle it, but you didn't want to die. What were you supposed to do? That's a good card. After the festivities, everyone descends on the feast. You heap your plate with more food than you could eat in 3 sittings. When all the food is gone and the sunset has broken the heat of day, people break out their instruments. Everyone dances well into the night. Alright, well, hey, we won. Although I don't think that was more of a competition as it was individual success or failure. Oh, and now we get to actually try and figure out who is our secret admirer. That's great. Nomi Nomi is using a vert space helmet, flailing their arms around to play a hollow game only they can see. Unable to sense your approach, they crash right into you. Whap! Oof! They say, lifting the helmet off their head. Sorry, Garrett, I didn't see you there. Someone gave you a data band. Might have been Nomi. I actually don't mind asking them, even if it's not them, because they'll probably be able to help me figure out who it is. No, okay. Nomi's eyes go wide. You got a secret admirer? They gasp. That's so romantic. I wonder who it is. Either Nomi's a better liar than you give them credit for, or you're on the wrong track. Okay. So you're not going to help me either. Well, I might as well ask Nemi. You catch Nemi between drills, leaning her elbows against the garrison fence. She takes a swig of her canteen, then pours it over herself to cool down. Hey, Garrett, she says, shaking out her hair. What's going on? Someone gave... Yeah, okay, that's going to be the same for everyone. Yeah, okay. Here's what we want here. Okay. Nemi goes as red as her hair. I mean, would it be weird if I was? Nice. I don't want to be presumptuous, but like, I think that's what she wants. Wait, really? Yeah, baby. Okay. You lean in and kiss Nemi on the cheek. When you pull away, she claps her hands against her cheek and jumps away like she's been burned. I have to go back to training now, she blurts out and runs away. Nice. Okay, good. You can't have her, Vase. You can't have her, you son of a bitch. She's my girl. Okay, what do you like really quick? Medicinal roots, which I haven't found in ages. And yellow flowers. I don't have any yellow flowers. Okay. I figured it out, Nomi! Anyone over there got dots? Nope. Alright. Well, let's see how the exploration is. I think we're pretty much done there. New boss event spawn. Shit, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Alright, well, we're not going to have much stress here, so we might as well go. Keep up that rad momentum. Let me just make sure Nemi doesn't have anything extra before we leave. I think we have to give a bit of time to let that percolate. Yo, what's up? See you later, bro. Stop flirting with her. I mean, you do what you want, but secured. I'm gonna stop being flustered now and go exploring. Survey the ridge, baby. And we won't have to do a big de-stress when we get back. Now, one of the events is going to be the radiation one, and there's no new collectibles, sadly. But apparently there's one other event. I'm not sure if it's counting the boss event as that. But we'll keep an eye out, you know? Do. Mana. Do. Oh, hey, I wonder if Sim's got more for us, too. Yeah, he does. Cool. Oh, we've had this one before. I don't remember what the result was, though. Oh, right, card becomes physical red. Sure. It's a AAA. Sure. Oh, heck yes. $50, $47, $44. We'll take the 50. We'll take the 50. I think this is a new result, actually. The faster you move, the faster the mirage disperses. You approach cautiously. As you do, you realize what is wrong. Oh no, this is the other, the us one. Looking at ourselves. But we don't already have this card. +6 of the card to the left is mind. Just stare at the figure. Okay, none of that's new. Remember this from before, watching yourself say something. You thought it must have been important, like a warning of some kind, but now that it's time to speak, all that comes into your head is... Oh! We're on the other side. This is what we saw before, okay. You ask yourself, what does a Unisaur eat for breakfast? Your mirror image looks at you in confusion and the mirage breaks up. You chuckle to yourself, whatever it wants. We just trolled ourselves through time! That is amazing! For once, you see Sim before he sees you. He's crouched just off the path, staring at a flower, his face blank. He doesn't react as you approach, so you watch him for a while. He's so perfectly motionless, you'd think he was a plant too. His eyes are unfocused. Is he accessing some kind of mental interface? Eventually, you clear your throat. Sim carefully stands up and turns to face you. For a moment, you're not sure if he recognizes you. Then he tosses his head and a grin leaps to his face. Garrett, you caught me checking in with the boss. Boss is that flower. We already kind of know the answer to both of these, but this is quippier. Sim smiles. No, of course not. That flower is my great aunt. You look at the flower. It's part of a dense vine that fills much of this end of the valley. You're not sure whether he's joking this time. My boss? As I told you, they aren't very fond of change, he replies. They're also very much like your boss. What's she named? Utopia? He tilts his head to the side. Her name word is fitting, isn't it? He lays one finger against her chin. I appreciate that she always reminds you not to get yourself killed. I wish you'd listen to her. I can take care of myself. Sim replies. His eyebrows arches eloquently. I'm not sure you realize just how many times I've had to help you with that. If the boss finds out I'm talking to you, I'd be in trouble. So shh. He murmurs and puts his fingers to his lips. Then why keep talking to me? Sim smiles warmly. Because you're the boy of my dreams. Literally, he replies. I can't seem to stay away from you. Oh, our friendship just went up, like, without it saying. We're up to 40 with him now. And because you humans are different, he continues. I'm so bored of everyone else on this planet. The other gardeners, my boss, they have everything on Vertumna just the way they like it, and don't want the teensiest thing to change. He sighs. It's boring. You know, what if he's secretly, like, super evil? Not in an evil sense, but in a kind of chaotic sense, and, like, he's the final boss? I do like Sim. Probably shouldn't trust him as much as I have been, but I can't help it, you know? My first Kamen Rider was Kamen Rider Forze. You gotta try and make friends whenever you can. You always gotta have faith in the people that matter. even if they don't themselves. I keep trusting you, Simmy. See that tree? Sim points to a large tree with many long limbs dripping from it and embedded in the ground. And that tree was a small creature for part of its life cycle. You call it the Vricky. Once it plants its roots, and that's where it stays for the rest of its life. The gardeners spend time as trees, too, sometimes 100 of years. If you do that enough, you start to think like a tree, set in your ways. He spreads his hands, an earnest expression on his face. When I watch you, when I talk to you and learn about your species, I feel inspired. I feel young again. I knew he's old. The shape-shifting is interesting. Don't you think my looking human is a bit of a coincidence? He replies and motions to his body with a sensual flick of his wrist. It is a rather handsome body, though, don't you think? I happen to think I did quite well. It didn't get us more friendship, but it made a very special sound. You have so many more questions for this man, or gardener, or whatever he is. But as soon as you open your mouth to ask another, Sim cocks his head as if listening and holds up a hand. I'm sorry, he says, looking for all the world like he's listening to the dang flower, but I must away. And with that he's gone, off to protect the wild or rescue damsels or whatever. Or maybe he's just avoiding your questions. Except he's literally standing right there, but okay. This would be the radiation one then? Yeah. We'll turn around! And then immediately walk through anyways. Turn around. Every now and again I feel a little bit hard. I think it's pretty painful to see exactly where I forgot the words to that song. Heads are just trailing behind. You can't keep up! Alright, back to the city. You and Dice are exploring the ruined wormhole observatory again. It feels so familiar. You've dreamed about this place many times, and it's like you're just remembering it all now. This time, the dream memories grip you. You wander as if sleepwalking down familiar paths. You look up and see the wormhole faint in the sky above. The time is right to observe it. Dice tries to keep up. Where are you going? He asks angrily. You don't answer. You're trying to concentrate on finding the place. You approach the large pyramid in the center of the complex. Beside it is one of the smaller elevators, a little monolith with a round iris door. This is the place. Your head throbs with it. Even standing outside, you know there's something down there. We're not leaving. You look for one of those elevator monoliths near the pyramid and find it, but it's overgrown with snaking vines and brambles, with very large flowers all over. You can push through them, but Dice stops you and shows you a Geiger counter reading on his holopalm. These flowers seem to be radioactive. Your suit won't protect you for long. Going for it. You soon realize your mistake as radiation illness sets in. Brushing by these flowers gives you a big dose. I bet there's an equipment we could get to protect against that. You'll be sick for days and need radiation treatment when you return, but for now you continue, drawn irresistibly forward by something that singes in your head. You enter the elevator, thankfully still working, and descend beneath the ground. It opens to a kind of antechamber room with an exit to the other end, leading to the heart of the pyramid. There are glyphs carved into crystal panels on the walls, symbols that resemble the wormhole. You start across the room. Wow, I'm surprised Dice came with us. The further you go, the more your head swims. You have to pause. You think you might faint, and it isn't just the radiation. Popeye's keeping us alive a little bit. There's something down here, some great energy, and it's making your head hurt. Shake your head, trying to clear it. Wait, maybe this is a bad idea. Hell no. The fog slowly clears from your eyes. Your head still hurts, but you can think again. Dice looks concerned, even going so far as to reach out to steady you. Are you okay? We'll try to explain it to Dice. It's hard to put it into words. You just say, my head hurts. Obviously, he says. But no, it's more than that. You're seeing things. It's kind of like the array and kind of like a dream. But you feel that something super important is up ahead, and you need to see it. Maybe we'd better leave, Dice says nervously. You don't look so good. I trust you to pull me out if I collapse. We don't have reasoning. But we do have toughness over 50. Oh my god, just barely over 50. Past the antechamber is a long hallway sloping down. Things around you are starting to look kind of weird, like two slightly different realities overlapping. Dice's face is starting to phase in and out of existence. You're hit with a strong wave of dizziness and nausea. Things seem to move in slow motion, but also far too fast. You lean over and tough it out, baby. You keep going. At the bottom of the hallway are more crystal panels on the walls, many faucets broken. Or are they whole? The walls have crumbled and roots creep over everything. But also, they don't. Every time you blink, the room seems to flip and swim between the two realities. All the same, you feel absolutely compelled to continue. What is with this place? Dice is both there and not there. The part of him which exists looks concerned. We need to leave, now, he says. This place is hurting you. There's a round iris door at the end of the hall. Are you sure you want to go any further? Lady Tymora did not raise no quitters. You pass through the doorway into a large square chamber with a sloped ceiling. Your sense of this place, of the vibrations, is telling you this must be directly under the big pyramid on the surface. The floor and even the air here thrums with vibrating energy. Ugh, even I can feel it now too, Dice mutters behind you, rubbing his head. Still toughness 50. The room is empty except for a raised platform in the middle. I wish we hadn't done that one event first and we got in here with completely zero stress, but we'll have to hope that 12 was an okay allowance. Which is convenient because you are definitely going to faint this time. You collapse onto the platform and are overcome by a spectacular migraine headache. Feels like your head is going to explode. Okay, explode. 90. Okay, we can do this. We've got no restrictions. Card with gems are wild? Yo! That's good! Okay. Okay. Oh, wild as in... Not that their value is wild. Okay, that's not as obscene as I thought it was, but that's still pretty good. Okay, we'll hold on to those then. If we go 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll keep the gem one for now. Three, 4, 5, 6, 35. That's really good. We just need a 32. 9, 7. Hell yeah. I fail to see how that could be any better. Hell yeah, baby! Oh wow, we got a bravery and empathy, a reasoning, +2 engineering, a perception, bravery, empathy. Okay. You slip into some kind of waking dream, layers upon layers of visions. Dice is your lover, or Mars, or Tammy. You're a boy and a girl, or both, and neither. Young and old, a farmer, a hunter, a politician. You're dead, and you're alive, and you've never been born. Time unravels before you, an infinite tapestry crumbling wherever you look. It's all very weird. You see the web of possibilities and understand what time truly is. It's all happening at once, and none of it will ever happen. It's only sheer chance that any one possibility comes into existence. not any intrinsic truth of the universe or fate. It's just a glimpse, probably over in a second, but a glimpse of an eternity you can hardly fathom. Then you see the wormhole, enormous in a starry sky. You look down and see yourself on a plateau, gazing up at it. You recognize the place, a gnarlwood bluff not far from the colony, alive with the phosphorescence of glow season. This you seems expectant, as if waiting for something momentous to arrive, something that will change everything. The vision is crystal clear, and you feel in control in a way you haven't felt since you started having these visions. You know you must go there, so we'll have to make an expedition during glow. Woo! Minus 25 stress, we needed that. Gain memory, ow, my head! I love it. You wake up feeling refreshed. Your headache is gone. You're still a little dizzy, but the room has stopped spinning and has returned to one singular reality again. The vibrations have stilled. Dice's face fills your vision. Garrett! He exclaims. Garrett, are you okay? You know what? We've been pretty open and honest with Dice this life. We're going to keep doing that, no matter what. He listens in awe, and then in dejection as you describe your visions. Why didn't I see it? He says. I was here too. I want to know everything. From a past life? Interesting that I'm now getting from a past life options. Interesting. We're not supposed to get those until we have past lives. Okay. You tell Dice about how not only did you see all those visions, but that you believe they're real. You've lived them, or some of them anyway. They're as real as the life you're living now. He listens intently, then nods. I believe you, he says simply. You look at him in shock, but he just reaches out and puts his hand over yours. I know what it's like when people don't. I'm not going to do that to you. You don't know what any of this means yet, but you're one step closer to figuring it out. That was huge! My God! That... I don't know if we were, like, actually meant to get that on our first life. That is incredible. That's cool. Okay. You feel like you've just had some kind of mega prophecy, but it was too much all at once and too hard to understand. Could the convergent domain handle this kind of information? Could they remember past lives like you? Is that what this room, this observatory, was meant for? The only thing you remember clearly from the visions is the image of yourself during glow season, standing at the top of the gnarlwood bluff just outside the colony, waiting for something. Nothing left to explore, let's go home. That was cool, okay. And we got some engineering from that too. Yeah, that was huge, baby. Okay. Alrighty. Don't mind the sound of my kitty cat meowing. She wants attention. Rex is perched on a fence, his lunch forgotten in his lap as he hollers compliments at people passing by. That color looks great on you, he yells at someone. Have you been working out? He yells at another. He catches you watching and shoots you a goofy grin. I'm back on Earth. They used to call this catcalling, he says, shrugging. My way's better, I think. Yeah, your way is way more positive. Everyone deserves a good compliment. If you look good, you should be told so. Nothing new with you. What's up, girl? I don't really got anything good. Oh, did I try talking to Nomi? Okay. Cal is at the door to the barn, pulling on a pair of stretchy gloves. Palomina's calving, he says, by way of explanation. I gotta get in there to make sure everything's going okay. Do you need me? Nah. Hey, Sprout, your dad says, tossing a canteen at your chest. Do I gotta keep watering you like a plant? 'Cause I will. Drink up or you'll shrivel up like a raisin. LOL. We could do some more xenobotany, TBH. That'll give us French. Oh, mouse, don't wig out. Come on. Stop it. Organizing biology, we already have. The biology. Organizing would be decent, but I could just go make some kudos. You know what? I think I'm gonna go work on my toughness. Like, not because of Nemi or anything. Like, literally just because we're almost close to that perk up. And I think it's gonna be important to have that. Bravery, toughness, friendship with anemone. Combat animals, friendship with anemone, friendship with vase. Perception animals. So the only toughness increase here is sports ball. Then in that case, why didn't I go work out in the fields? Won't give us the friendship with anemone, you know, but yeah, 3 toughness. More kudos if we work on the farm. Tend the animals. We get empathy with tend the animals, but no toughness. Alright, we're gonna shovel dirt then. You and Cal sift soil through giant meshes to get all the rocks out. Cal likes to build little figures out of them, carefully balancing them into these totally gravity-defying sculptures. Oh, I love stacking shit. He says it's all about their centers of gravity, but honestly, it looks like magic. Preach, Cal, preach. +2 bonus to pairs. I see. Pretty sure that's good. Yeah. 7 toughness, baby. Hell yeah. It's exactly how much we needed. Update basic cards in the garrison gym. Excuse me? You want to run that by me again? You spot your dad lying on the ground in the soft grass, looking up at the sky. He zooms his hand across his field of vision like a spaceship, then looks over with a dreamy smile. Hey, kiddo, he says. Sometimes I can't believe we're back on solid ground. After 20 years in space, it still doesn't feel real. I bet. Yeah, I got nothing for you. Better make sure we're rested up for glow. I want to go see what that was. Oh, I wonder if we're getting a design upgrade soon. Mars throws a bulging tote bag onto the ground. Out with the old, she announces. All of these are ready for the textiles recycler. If you want to go through them, go for it. They're all so last season, so they're perfect for someone who doesn't really get fashion, like you. I can't wait to get some new clothes. Feels like I've been wearing the same thing for years. You literally have. Nah, Nomi's getting that crystal, sorry. Oh, friendship hugs. Ooh, bobber fruit. Yo, Nomi, where you at? I got a crystal for you. I think she hangs out with Dice by the entrance and Wet. We'll give that bobber fruit to Nemi when we see her. She likes fruit, if I recall correctly, because it's food. Oh, apparently not. Whoops. Crystal for you. Keep on rocking, Gnomester. And device for you. Awesome. Alright, let's just kind of see if a new thing has spawned. New boss event spawned! Come on! I mean, I'm not mad, but like, damn, okay, I've got a couple more months. I mean, I could go... I could go now, but if it's anything like the last one, we're gonna want to have much more de-stress, you know? Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can go to the depot and buy something to help with radiation. Take your strict curfew. No. No, nothing for radiation. What am I sitting at? 57. Alright. I think you're gonna see a return of the little cheeky save scum here. I'm gonna go and hope that we can accomplish it. And if we can't, then I'll load, we'll de-stress, then we'll go spend a dozen. Because it might be something stupid intense, like whatchamacallit, like the last one we did. Plus, we might get some more with Sim. Oh man, things are gonna go wild once everyone finds out about Sim. Nemi will probably be pretty hurt, to be honest. Oh, nothing new with Sim, okay. Yeah, I've got nothing to show him. Just perfectly fine. He's not getting my... He's not getting that flower because no one is getting that flower. We'll hold on to that forever because it was a gift from our mom. Alright. What you got, boss event? You're back in the Wormhole Observatory with dice just to poke around. Who knows what you might find? Explore it randomly. You bravely try all the elevators. Some are broken. One gets stuck for an hour and you think you're gonna die in there. Then it chugs to life. Then you find the orrery. It's a beautiful room under one of the smaller pyramids. The light from your holopalm glimmers off the crystals in rainbow colors, dotting the walls and ceiling in familiar constellations. There's one huge crystal plate embedded in the wall, engraved with deep glyphs. Convergent domain writing, you guess. Some kind of map? You know, we've uncovered so many of these writings, how close are we to being able to decipher their text? Like, yo, guys, linguistics, get on it, nerds! I'd be right there with you if I could be. In the center is clearly a representation of the wormhole. Lines extend from the wormhole to other points on the map, and many more glyphs you can't read. The crystal is cut up into shards like it could move around, but it's still in dark, and probably has been for thousands of years. You run your hands around the panel, looking for a way to turn it on. Your hand encounters a slot. Wait, Dice says. This looks familiar. He pulls a glowing crystal artifact out of his back. We could try this? You slot the glowing pink device into the slot. The crystal panes on the wall come to life, the glyphs on them glowing. They start to move in an unnervingly organic way, like melting into water and sliding over the surface, rearranging themselves. It's not just writing. The very surface of the panel raises and lowers, like Braille. The glyphs pulse and glow the same swirly purple pink as the glowing device, which you realize must be a power source, a convergent domain battery. Nice. It's like an orrery? I've read that word before. I think I have a vague idea of what it is, but I don't actually know for sure. So let's just do a quick little search. Orrery? An orrery is a mechanical model of the solar system that illustrates or predicts the relative positions and motions of the planets and moons, usually according to the heliocentric model. It may also represent the relative size of these bodies. However, since accurate scaling is often not practical due to the actual large ratio differences, a subdued approximation may be used instead. Though the Greeks had working planetaria, the first orrery that was a planetarium of the modern era was produced in 1704, and one was presented to Charles Boyle, 4th Earl of Orrery, hence the name. They are typically driven by a clockwork mechanism with a globe representing the sun at the center, with a planet at the end of each arms. Okay, I've seen those before. I mean, hell, Golden Sun Dark Dawn had one. As a couple of them, actually, as a pretty major puzzle. That was a cool one, too. I think one of the better puzzles of the game. For the wormhole, this must be one of the best preserved bits of convergent domain technology you've found yet. An excellent sample of their writing. Ooh, yeah, baby, I was just talking about this! You're starting to piece together the glyphs of the converger's language. You can recognize the symbols for vertumna, the wormhole, and converger, and basic verbs like being and going, and one that seems to mean bending or twisting that is used all over the place. It starts to get easier. You think your brief connection to the array must have left some of the converger's language in your subconscious. Yes, please! 20 kudos, 10 from popular status, nice, and more engineering. We're gonna get that engineering up pretty quick. It's all so much to take in, and it's getting late. Better bring all your recordings back and let Congruence and the rest of the archaeology team crunch away at it for a bit. They'll be thrilled. Honestly, Absorbent Brain has really come into be super handy and more in our later half of our life, of our teenness, rather than our earlier part. Okay, we don't know if anything more will spawn later, but at the very least it won't spawn now, so we're just gonna go home. That was definitely worth, and we were able to accomplish it, so I'm pretty happy. We'll be able to do one, maybe two more activities, and then rest, and then we should be okay for Glow. Okay, we can do one more activity, rest there, and then we'll be fine to head out during Glow. Yeah, one more activity, and then we have to rest. I want to make sure I'm fully prepared for whatever happens at Glow. Honestly, maybe we'll go study engineering, because that'll give us points with Nomi, Tange, and get us up to the next perk level. Yeah, I think that seems like a good idea. Oh, that's back this way. Oh, wait. Right, we unlocked something last time from the toughness. I'd better go look at what that is. Visit the gym. I don't get it. If we keep the zeros, are they upgradable? I don't want to risk having a 0 back in our deck again. We'll leave that for now, I think. Maybe we'll see if I can get some tips from the comments section to figure it out. Nomi, hi! You find Nomi in the lounge, flanked by 2 holo screens and doodling in a sketchbook with real paper. One holo screen is playing an animated kids show, while the other is a wall of text that looks like it might be a translation guide of some kind. Nomi's attention moves between the 3 easily. When they see you, they jump and quickly close their holo screen, sitting up straight and clutching their sketchbook to their chest. Oh, hi, Garrett! They giggle, rubbing the back of their head charmingly. How you doing? I think they're literally watching anime and like, yo. Isn't that in a different language? Oh yeah, Nomi says, wrinkling their nose. It's better in the original language, but the subtitles don't tell the whole story either. Nomi sets her sketchbook aside and looks around conspiratorially. I thought you were gonna bust me for jailbreaking my holopad, they say. All the Helio kids have restrictions on what we can watch and for how long. But you guys have so many more cartoons than we had. Nomi throws their arms in the air. Like the first season of Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform! What? Hell, yes we do. What? Nomi cries, slapping their hands to their cheeks. Really? It's the best cartoon ever made! What else has schoolgirls who look like aircraft from the waist down, battling evil aliens while dealing with the stresses of high school life? You have to agree, you were pretty fond of the arc in the 3rd season where Kamiya and Otoko disagreed about whether Haruka could truly be considered a hyperjet if she was part helicopter. And that's actually a fair moral quandary. The Helio Media Archive only had season 2 through 9, and only 3 of the OVAs, Nomi says, puffing their cheeks out. I can't believe in the 4th OVA. Flight Captain Yumiko gets captured by the aliens and brainwashed into thinking she's been an alien sleeper agent this whole time. You hadn't seen the 1st season? Nomi shrugs and pokes one finger into their cheek. Spaceship kids make do. You don't have to know everything about something you like in order to call yourself a fan, Nomi continues. Just liking it with all your heart is good enough. Hey, you better not be justifying part skippers in my JoJo, okay? Okay. Just make it, you know. Of course, it wasn't your fault. You know, at least you got to see it. Nomi's enthusiasm. Card to the right becomes wild. That's pretty decent. Nomi laughs and flips over their sketchbook, showing off some of their drawings. I was drawing some fan art for the show, they say. Well, it's kind of fan art. Okay, it's really more like if I was a character in Hypergirl Turbojet Transform. Oh, I don't have... Oh! Pain. It looks good. Keep at it. Aw, thanks, Garrett, Nomi says, shooting you a stunning smile. I will, for sure. You rocketh my socketh. Alright. Did the new one spawn? No, okay. Events respawn, but no boss event. That's fine. Alright, maybe we'll go do some xenobiology. Xenobotany. Oh no, we were gonna go do an engineering class. That's right, that's right, that's right. That's right! Whee! You see a notice on the engineering holoweb. Chief Engineer Instance needs someone to help with after-school tutoring. Literally anyone who isn't a complete idiot will do because she's desperate. Please apply. Sure. You tell Dr. Instance you're interested in the job. She looks up from her holopalm like she's just noticed you exist. Yes, you'll do, she says, nodding. The younger, slower kids have trouble keeping up with congruence sometimes. You mostly just have to pat them on the back now and then and stop them from wandering off when they're supposed to be studying. No offense, but anyone with a pulse could do it. You wait for further instruction. Instant sighs, shooing away dismissively. You know where the classrooms are. Just come when you're not doing whatever nonsense teenagers do here. Unlock tutoring and engineering. Cool. Goal 33, EZ. Oh, whoops. 35, 39, 35. 47. Probably made this, what did it make it? For 2 of a kind. So, okay. Right, it's both a 5 and an 8 at the same time. Okay, I think that is probably the best we can do. Wow, we could have got a 53. Big rip. Get an engineering perk, though. Alright, now we gotta rest. New cards on the depot, nice. Yeah, now we gotta rest so that we're fully prepared for glow season. And I think we can absolutely tackle glow this episode. We have the time. Okay. To rest, let's just chillax in the lounge. Why not? Oh, I should maybe go see if Nemi or Nomi have something for us, because they're not immediately visible. No, okay. Alright, we were gonna go to the lounge, so let's do that. You're relaxing after hours when Antecedent pops her head into the lounge. The kitchen, she announces in an artificially sweet voice, is looking for someone to help with part-time cooking duties. Someone young. Someone responsible. Someone organized. Someone, she stares pointedly at the teens in the room, who might have too much free time on their hands. Yeah, sure. She bustles over to you. You'll be perfect, Garrett, she says, hugging you. Then loudly to the others in the room, she declares, I'm glad somebody here around here is responsible enough to put in their share of work. Everyone else ignores her, shifting awkwardly. No one wants to disappoint their auntie. Antecedent gestures towards the nearby cafeteria and tells you to come by next week so she can show you the ropes. Yeah, I could probably do that once in a while, depending on how it works. Oh, cool, we got friendship with Rex for chilling out in here. We'll forget that unchangeable hiding in the creche bullshit. Alright. Glow time. You spot your dad standing stock still, his eyes closed and head tilted to listen. Hey, Gooseberry, he says, recognizing you. I'm pretty sure we've had this one before, but that's fine. Just from the sound of your footsteps. Have you ever paid attention to the planet during glow? It feels different. He blinks his eyes open. It's like a hum, he continues. Maybe from the plants? Heck, maybe from the wormhole. Okay, take that. Yeah, okay, that's definitely not a new one. Am I worried about an attack? He shrugs. No, we'll be fine. The governor's got this, and more importantly, we've got explosives. I'd like to see those alien animal null shits beat that. Not only did we use up a lot of our supply, but we also showed them what we're capable of at full burst. They'll come prepared for that this year, I think. Anything else? No. Okay. Glow is no time to be exploring. It's far too dangerous. The gates are closed and survey expeditions halted until the light returns in a few weeks. Good thing you happen to know another way out. You know, we haven't been to the subaqueous swamp. Maybe next year. There are a lot of them. I think a few are new, but that's fine. I really don't want to read them right now. Another time. It's our first time being out during Glow. That's a boss event right there. Is this nearby? I think this is the nearby now. Oh yeah, we haven't explored nearby since the landscape changed. And the Helios crashed. There's a manticore there. So there's straight up events during Glow. Okay. There's a decent amount of them, not gonna lie. I don't want to be too stressed out to be able to finish the event. Oh, it's Sim. Shadows upon shadows move against each other in Glow, wavering around the gloaming of the mush trees like ghosts. The forest is as still as a creature breathing its last breath. You don't see Sim until you're practically on top of him. Hi, Sugarbug, he laughs, holding you by the shoulders. Miss me? You nearly didn't there. I totally saw you there. Of course you did. You're practically made for this place. Sim starts walking through the forest, his footsteps finding the path with ease. This is my favorite time of year, you know, he says. I get the sense that you humans are afraid of it. Well, things do tend to attack us. That's true, Sim replies, tilting his head with a funny expression. Those attacks are not natural, as you may have guessed. Glow isn't dangerous at all. It's lovely. I do love Glow. He smiles. Glow is a time of healing, actually. A time for the creatures of this planet to go dormant and reflect on themselves, and to strengthen connections with other life forms. Of course the planet repels you, he adds, raising his hand to stir a cloud of glowing spores, drifting above your heads. You don't connect. You're like a burr lodged against its skin. Sim continues walking. I'm sure you have some questions for me as usual, he says, his voice wry. Seriously, what is up with the wormhole? Okay, we haven't friended up with him yet. Sim laughs. Just like that. You'd like me to unravel the mysteries of the universe for you. Suffice it to say, I don't think you could fully understand it even if I explained everything I know. He looks up at the wormhole with a thoughtful expression. Truthfully, the wormhole is older than even this planet, he murmurs. It operates on a level of space and time that are beyond even my comprehension. The universe is impossibly vast and unknowable. I'm sure you've already noticed that it's related to your foresight, yes? He asks, and you nod. Your dreams, if that's what they are, always seem to get worse and wet and glow when the wormhole is close to the planet. Many individuals, such as yourself, are sensitive to a wormhole's effect of time and space, fluctuations and eddies in the normal linear flow of reality. Think of it like an echo, only not your own. Think of it as if a version of yourself stood in this spot and shouted, then moved forward in time before hearing his own voice return. You can hear those echoes, choices that person's made, and events he experienced that may not yet come to pass for yourself. So I can change the future! I'm not the only one. Sim shakes his head. No, though you may be the only human. We gardeners have lived under this wormhole for thousands of years, he adds. Some of us have developed a sensitivity to it as well. We use it to guide us in tending to the planet. Sim stops walking and smiles politely. Well, that is enough for now. The trees have ears, you know. Delightful. Okay. Okay, this path is now blocked. Ooh, there's another boss event? Unless this is the first one? Oh yeah, this is totally just where I came out, isn't it? How do I get to over there? Oh, it's walking itself. Yeah, baby! Thank you for auto-target! Yeah, this is where we came out. So the event's right there, and Sim is... Are there two? There are two, okay. Nope, no. We ain't going in yet. Okay, so there's... You know what? It's the one right as soon as we walk out. We'll do it. No one is allowed outside the colony during glow, so if you stay out of the lookout sights, there will be nobody to catch you. It also means that you're alone out here. If you get into trouble, it's going to be big trouble. You hope you know what you're doing. The familiar is unfamiliar during glow. The sky is dark except for the eerie light of the wormhole, seeming so much closer than it usually is, and the gloom makes the shadows deeper and more mysterious. It's so hauntingly quiet that you can even hear the movement of animals, the beat of soft wings, a woof of something large in the distance. What's that curious sound? It's just a Dorbs moth taking flight. Its usually dull plumage is an iridescent rainbow, glowing warmly in the dark of glow. It slowly glides through the mushroom trees. You've been taught to be terrified of glow season since you landed here, that there were monsters out here, circling the colony and attacking anything they saw. But it's so much more serene than you were expecting. Maybe they were wrong? We're lying to you. Or maybe we have the protection of a gardener on our side. Also, that gave us no stress. I'm happy to hear it. Alright, Manticore, what's up? You come across a sawmill that's been shut down for the season. There's a movement inside, and something in there is yipping and moaning in pain. Can we get a Manticore pet? Oh my god, yes! You approach it carefully and find that some sort of dog-like creature has gotten trapped in the machinery. It growls at you and blinks its eyes. Then its other eyes. Then its other eyes. Boy, it has a lot of eyes. The loggers won't be back for weeks, so this creature will slowly die, slowly and painfully. It looks worn out already, but still dangerous. We'll release it. You try to come near it, but it bites at you ferociously, nearly taking your hand off. You don't see a way you can safely free it. What if we watch it? You sit to watch it, hoping to learn more from it, or at least a way to free it without endangering yourself. The creature's obviously been struggling for a long time. Once it realizes you're not here to eat it, it slumps down to nap. You feel an irresistible urge to do the same and fall into something of a trance. Then something bizarre happens. A massive shadow drifts into the lumberyard, coming between you and the creature. You have the sense of an immense presence. I bet it's a faceless. Something massive but graceful. You're not quite sure if you're dreaming, but you feel rooted to the spot and unnaturally calm. It's as if you've been drugged. The shadow stays a while, observing you curiously. Then it drifts away again. You blink, coming out of your trance. What just happened? Did you fall asleep? You look back over to the machinery and realize the trapped eye beast is gone. You aren't sure if you should feel relieved or terrified. Was it freed or eaten? But you decide to get the heck away from this place now and ask these questions later. Okay, that was pretty important. Hopefully some of these events can de-stress us a little bit. Come to a dense part of the path where the gnarlwood surrounds you and blocks out the sky and the wormhole above. Long threads that look like hair are hanging down from the trees. Strange. You've never seen this during the rest of the year. You'll have to go through these. Perception 80 or greater? Hell yeah. The strands are sticky, like a spider's web. So sticky and thick, in fact, that you would be caught if you tried to push your way through it. Combat 50 or greater, we'll cut our way through it. Your skill with a plas cutter comes in handy, as you're able to cut a garret-sized hole through the sticky hairs without accidentally getting them all over yourself. Seriously, this stuff is like super glue, and the strands are extremely tough. You get a small piece on your pants and are pretty sure it's never ever coming off. That's fun. So this place seems to be pretty linear, at least during glow, possibly normally. Can I go this way? Okay, so it does have the old fork here. You come across a strange glowing river in the sky, floating just over the mushroom-capped treetops. It reminds you of old Earth vids about the Milky Way or the Northern Lights. It undulates away to the left and right, a river of luminous mist. Beneath it, a curtain of tiny glowing particles slowly rains down into the forest below. Sure, we'll follow it. It seems to be denser to the left and flowing slowly to the right, so you decide to head left towards what must be the source. You stray away from the path. The ground is hard and traverse in the dim phosphorescence. The river gets denser and starts to shimmer a little, like the spore clouds you see sometimes in pollen. You're careful not to get too close to the particles raining down from it. The mist seems to be coming from something near the ground, somewhere up ahead. It's something big. Something big and moving. The strange river of light is flowing from something on the next plateau. It's heading east and trailing this glowing dust, some kind of spore maybe, behind it. You could go down into the ravine here and try to keep following it, or safely cross under the eerie stream and continue where you were headed before. No, we're gonna keep going. Okay. After a harrowing trip through the muddy ravine, you make it up to the next plateau, only to find the sky river has dissipated. Can't find any sign of what made it. Ah well. Shoot, that's extra stress we didn't need. Is this where Sim was? No, but there's an event there, event there. That's where Sim is. Can't go up there. And this is where an event is. That's clearly the one we need. We'll go as much as we can. Areas dotted with huge circles of glowing mushrooms, each one nearly 1 meter in diameter. The bare grass in the center of the circles looks remarkably lush. That was weird. Take a closer look. Nice. I mean, not really. You crouch down to analyze the mushrooms. It's a species you don't recognize, but your holopalm reports that they live most of the year underground, and only pop up during glow season. This close, you notice that the entire area inside the circle is sunken, and the grass has been flattened, almost like a footprint. But what would be big enough to make this? Decide not to wait around to find out. You're amazed at how peaceful it is out here. It's not what you expected. You stay out of sight of the watchtowers and slip between the mush trees. It's eerily silent, as if the forest is holding its breath in anticipation. It really is pretty out here, with all the plants and animals glowing, especially the wormhole filling the sky above you. Timey-wimey wormhole stuff. Neighbors become wild value as well. That's exciting. We'll gaze up at the wormhole and hopefully de-stress. Oh, come on! Should have watched where I was going. Crane your head up to look at the wormhole. It's so big you begin to feel dizzy and end up stumbling over a bit of gnarled root. Ouch. As you're lying on your back in pain, you're still transfixed by the wormhole. It's dark against a dark sky, but as it moves, it shimmers with 1,000,000 colors, churning in slow, fluid motion around the perfectly black hole in the center. Wow. Though you can't see it, you've been told the wormhole high above is shining with ultraviolet light. It's invisible to the human eye, but absorbed and remitted as visible light by the flora and fauna around you. Your holopalm calls it a black light, and says that people on Earth used to use similar, much more concentrated light as decoration. Even your clothing glows faintly. Alright, if we get any stress from whatever the boss event gives us, it will put us to max. Otherwise, we can stand to do one more event before we are kicked out, which is good because I think there's only one more event left. Alright, try not to get extra stress from this. Maybe we'll do a little save. And then we should have enough, as long as it's not like how the altar thing was, where we had to push through and stuff. You're crossing a section of wilderness here when the plants don't throw off as much luminescence as other parts. It's oppressively dark here. You use your hollow palm as a flashlight, focusing the light as a beam to slowly make your way through the cloying undergrowth. The beam of your hollow palm stumbles over a familiar form, a manticore. Your heart skips a beat at encountering this fearsome beast in the dark. The manticore isn't the deadly killer of the colony's cautionary tales. Actually, it looks terrified. It backs up against a tree, cowering, its eyes rolling in panic. Just keep our light on it. You're too scared to move your light away, convinced it will pounce under cover of darkness. You try to hold your light steady, but you're shaking. So is the manticore. Then you realize it isn't even looking at you. It's staring into the forest to the right. You slowly grasp that the manticore isn't scared of you. It's scared of something else. It suddenly screeches in fear and bolts off to the left. Shoot. You hear something absolutely enormous moving in the trees off to the right, where the manticore was staring. It's a deep grinding sound, like ancient trees rubbing together in the wind. Except, there's no wind. Turn off your flashlight and hold your breath. You hear a single loud thump, then stillness again. You wait a full 20 minutes in complete silence. Gradually, the insect chirps and other noises in the forest return, and the glow bugs drift lazily back into the air. You hadn't even realized they were missing, as if the entire jungle was holding its breath too. Whatever it was seems to have moved on. No. Okay, we are loading that. That was a neat event, but nothing came of it, and we didn't need the extra stress. I mean, hold on. What if we leave instead of keeping our light on it? No, okay, it stays there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone then. Doesn't seem important. I swear this wasn't here before when I was looking. Your explorations lead you steadily upward until you find yourself on a plateau overlooking the valley. The colony is a dark little smudge below, a break in the magnificent natural luminescence of glow. From up here, the wormhole feels so close you could touch it. You're not alone up here. Your heart leaps into your throat as you spot it, silhouetted dark on dark under the eerie light of the wormhole. A faceless. Bravery 50 or greater. Atop this high plateau ringed by gnarlwood trees, the massive creature stands staring at the sky. As you watch, mesmerized, some of its swaying tentacles open up, and a glowing dust oozes from them, rising like smoke into the night. Then, it's gone? The whole entire faceless just vanished in the blink of an eye. Or did you imagine it? You rub your eyes, easing the sudden tension that has sprung up behind your eyeballs. There are footsteps here. Giant footsteps, each ringed with mushrooms pushed up from the moist soil by the weight of the beast. You gingerly realize you're standing in the middle of one. The faceless, if indeed one was standing here earlier, could crush you as flat as the grass beneath your feet. You find other signs of it. Trees have been knocked down in a circular pattern here, and the bushes and grasses have been pushed up into one big mound, leaving the rest of the plateau clear. You remember this place now. From your visions, from under the pyramid and the wrestling ridges, and from long before that. You feel as if you've always known. Something important will happen here. Soon. That's fine. Ooh, we only would have gotten 2 from that. You stare at the wormhole, immense in the sky above, just as you remember doing in your vision. You wait. Oh my god, Hawkeye coming in clutch! You wait, you yawn and check your... We're getting 0 from these. Little Hawkeye coming in clutch! You yawn and check your hollow palm. It's hard to keep track of time during glow, but it's getting late. You look around, but nothing has happened. The trees are perfectly still. You wait. You wait. The wormhole seems especially huge right now. Is it always so big? You imagine you can see whole galaxies in its slow spinning arms, tiny flecks of rainbow light being sucked into the black hole in the center. But it's so much closer than a galaxy, so close it could swallow you all and all of Vertumna in its hungry, ethereal maw. You wait. The forest seems to get quieter, as if it's expecting something. The wormhole swells as you stare and stare into its depths. It's been hours. It's now well past the middle of the night. You're exhausted, but you can't look away. You feel hypnotized. Hawkeye coming in so much clutch. You wait. You've always been waiting. You will always be waiting, staring up at the wormhole being sucked into its depths. A shadow falls over you. You slowly lower your gaze from where you've been staring at the wormhole for hours. Your neck stiff and sore. Straight ahead of you, what you'd earlier thought was just a shadow of a tree, is the Faceless. It was there all along, watching you. It takes a heavy step forward, then another. It moves gently, its feet sinking into the soft ground and pushing up phosphorescent fungi from below to explode to the surface in rings of jubilant light. You don't move as it approaches. It took all of your energy to look away from the wormhole, but you're still completely spellbound. The Faceless looms over you, as big as a building. Its zippered neck gapes grotesquely, and its tentacles wave gently through the air, tasting it, feeling it, smelling you. I'm not afraid here. There's something special going on right now. The ends of two tentacles open, and that strange glowing mist floats up from them. So I have no choice in what's going on at this point. It leans down. Oh. No. It envelops you in its tentacles, each as large as you are, and you breathe in its spores. Under the eternal night sky of glow, the wormhole seems to swallow you both whole, and the entire planet, and an infinite number of universes besides. You feel a beckoning within you, a curious tug somewhere in your ribcage, a yearning you can't describe. So we just found our first ending. I'm not going to do it. We're going to save that for a future life. I imagine it won't be hard to replicate getting back here. But no, we're not going out like this. We've got shit to do. Resist Infinity. You aren't ready. A small part of you demands to stay here, on this plane of consciousness. You hold your breath and bring your mind back to the present. You let the Faceless touch you softly with its tentacles, until it seems satisfied that you've made your decision. Then it withdraws. As you slowly disconnect from the gentle creature, you can feel its emotions, its story. You understand that it was born like the others of its kind, in a breeding tank below the ground. Although it was sent here to destroy your colony, something changed in it that can't be changed back. You see again the image of the Faceless staring up at the wormhole, transfixed as you were. It no longer feels the pull of the ley lines, the thumpers, the forces that were used to control it. It is no longer a construct or an avatar, but a free being. It only feels the dance of the wormhole now, and the natural rhythms of life itself. We got some valuable info here. You stand completely still, arrested by the sudden understanding that sweeps over you. The Faceless retreats to the large mound of grasses and bushes at the other end of the plateau. A baby Faceless pokes its head out of the nest, wriggling its tentacles and greeting to its mother. Interesting. Very interesting. But yet, I can't help but wonder, what would have happened if we'd embraced it? It said, the end, so I imagine we would have died. But maybe in a good way? That was very interesting. I have a lot of thoughts about what we just encountered. I know there are some endings that... Ooh, he's got shit to say. that end abruptly before you reach 20. Other times you reach the age of 20 and it gives you a here's how your life turned out kind of thing. You know to look for Sim in the hollows of the trees now. His eyes gleam in the permanent night. Hello again, Sugarbug, he chuckles. You're getting pretty good at navigating in the dark. Sim sets off through the darkened forest with ease, bidding you to follow. Have you come to ask me more questions? What's with that faceless I saw? Ah, Sim says with a gentle smile. Constellation. You've seen her. That's very lucky, you know. Don't ask me how she does it, but she manages to sneak around these woods like a ghost. The faceless weren't exactly designed with subtlety in mind. He lets out an amused puff of laughter. But she's something else now. Don't worry, you'll only see her around and glow. She doesn't like the sunlight, and unless you breathe in her spores, she's harmless. You fix him with an incredulous look and he shrugs. It was quite the upset when she broke away from the hole and went to seed, he replies. But as you humans say, life, finds a way. I choose to believe that is a direct quote from Jurassic Park, and that's because we gave Sim the movies. And that's all we can get from him for now. Interesting. So maybe we'll encounter Constellation again. I hope so. I wonder if not embracing Infinity there opens the door to future future endings that are different from the one we just chose not to have. There. We did actually get to finish that event. So we finished everything we could there. We were very economical with our actions. You're lying in bed staring at the wormhole through your window when you hear a deep thump resonate through the ground. Then a second one, quieter. The woven roof of your room quivers, unleashing a season's worth of fine glowing dust to sift through the air. Through your open window, you hear voices sounding the alarm. The annual offensive is here, and leading the charge are two massive faceless. Yeah, we'll help out. We always do. You grab a plas rifle, my plas rifle, and report to the front, where a line of soldiers have taken up arms and is waiting for orders. The colony prepares to defend itself against the two building-scale faceless, as well as a teeming swarm of smaller xenos that seethe toward you. Hold steady! Orders Security Chief Rhett. Keep the line! No! Governor Lum yells. God damn you, dude! Running from the front gates to the front of the defensive line. He elbows Red out of the way and waves his arms wildly. Bring them closer! Draw them in! Rhett stops himself from shoving Lum back, but just barely, you can tell. Are you serious? He retorts. We can't let them any further into the colony! We're going to fight them on our territory, Lum cries, raising his plas rifle over his head with one hand. We have the walls! Let's use them! We'll let them come inside and pick them off one by one. Oh my god, you're a dumbass. We can't pick off a faceless! Rhett splutters from the sidelines. Lum smiles maniacally. You can see the gleam of his teeth from here. I have a plan, he roars. Just follow my lead. And with that, he turns and begins to run towards the approaching animals, roaring taunts and firing wildly into the fray to draw them close. At a loss, Rhett motions you all to fall back and let the animals approach. The area just inside the gates become a swirling melee of smaller Xenos and plas rifle fire, the two faceless lumbering slowly behind. Try to stay out of the way. Get in there. We'll stay in tactical range. First collectible use is free. That doesn't help us here. 85. Pfft. Boring. Okay. one card with a gem on it. What if we go 3, 3, 4, 5? Oh yeah, we got this. $42. Yeah, I think that's probably the best we can do. Could have gotten a 46. Okay. You're not exactly a professional soldier, but you managed to hold your own against the Xenos, even though you still scream and retreat when something gets too close. You don't injure any humans with your plasma rifle, at least. Bullshit. Out of the artillery smoke wafting over the battlefield, Lum comes running. "Here they come! Here they come!" he shouts joyfully, and plows through the gates with the two faceless galloping behind him. It's without a doubt idiotic and horrendously dangerous. You can't help it. You hit record on your holopalm and film the ensuing chaos. You catch a glimpse of Chief Rhett putting his hand over his face and sighing. A squad of Helio soldiers takes up the charge and helps shepherd the Faceless into the open area in the middle of the colony. Oh, they've got a pit. You have horrible flashbacks to the first time you saw a Faceless inside these walls. From the looks on the faces of the other Stratos, you're not the only one. Then you're all thrown to the ground by a tremendous explosion. Oh, just mines, okay. Fire engulfs the center square, roasting the two Faceless in an inferno that blasts the sweat from your pores. Rocks and chunks of dirt patter all around you, with the occasional thunk of burning mushwood. Those soldiers nearest the blaze all recoil in surprise. Clearly, no one but Lum knew that the square had been rigged with explosives. You don't think anyone was caught in the blast, but it was close. Lum stands before the blaze, laughing and firing at the two tortured Faceless as they roast to death. You raise your holopalm to capture the image, his silhouette dark against a column of flame and smoke. It was ridiculously dangerous and stupid, but it does look pretty cool in your recorded footage. People filter out of their hiding places, shielding their faces from the heat coming off the bonfire in the middle of the square. On the horizon, the first watery rays of quiet sunrise are struggling to make a dent in the hot orange glare. The colony's fire suppression system is turned on the square, revealing the charred corpse of the two Faceless. Defense 7 or greater. Ooh, we had less than 7 defense. Utopia walks by with a reclamation team hauling an industrial plas cutter on a hoverlift. "Did he use the mining explosives?" Utopia says in awe. "Mighty bold of him. Those things will blow a hole in a mountain. Or a creature, I suppose." She sighs. "I wish he would have saved him for mining. That must have been the last of them. And we sure can't make more." Then she and her crew are out of earshot as they pick their way down the blast center crater to carve up the Faceless for recycling. Unfortunately, the colony wasn't prepared for an attack of this magnitude, or the havoc that General Lum brought down with those explosives. While everyone was distracted by the pyrotechnics, the Xenos got into one of the greenhouses and destroyed next year's seedlings, and not all of the explosives went off. As Utopia's team starts their cleanup, a stray charge suddenly explodes across the field. Shrapnel zips past you as everyone dives for cover. Piece hits you in the thigh. You EF and stars, ouch! -2 colony defense. As you gingerly check the nasty burn on your leg, you consider that if Utopia is right, at least the garrison's out of explosives to play with. You can't just nanoprint more unstable molecules like those. But how will the colony defend itself during the next attack? Yeah, Lum, you're a fucking idiot, my guy. Like, flat out, you're just an idiot. Massive dumbass. Oh, yeah, we got an appearance upgrade. Everyone looks different. This is our adult form. Okay. Lot of cards gained. Start age 17. I can see Mars and Cal from here, but we'll have to explore that next time. Because this, everyone, is where we are going to leave it off for today. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I will see you all next Saturday for some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.